これがレクイエム。
It was he who took your right arm and gained a great deal of power from it.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Show back with another video, and today we're doing another Dream sequel, but today we're doing a prequel because I played Devil May Cry recently. I had already played a couple of the games before, and I made a video on it like 2 days ago talking about Devil May Cry 5. But by playing Devil May Cry 5, I actually did some research and learned there isn't a prequel to the Devil May Cry storyline. So if you guys don't know, a fun fact is Devil May Cry originally was supposed to be like another Resident Evil game, but you know, it was going to include more action instead of more survival, and eventually it kind of failed, so they decided to make Devil May Cry, you know, using that idea. Which, if you're familiar with the Resident Evil franchise, it honestly could have been an amazing spin-off. But yeah, nonetheless, let's talk about the story I want to focus on in the next Devil May Cry game. So before we continue, there are going to be light spoilers for, you know, the beginning of Devil May Cry. And I'm not going to really spoil the ending of Devil May Cry 5, but I'm going to kind of reference it a little bit. So if you guys haven't seen that, definitely click out this video. So, Devil May Cry is basically a story between two brothers. You know, you have Dante, you have Virgil. They both are byproducts of a human and demon relationship. Now, the demon is actually named Sparta, and that's where I want to focus on with the prequel. Sparta is basically a very powerful demon who served under a demon called Mundus. And basically, Mundus wanted to take over the whole entire human world, and you know, Sparta was not down for that. So Sparta did kill Mundus, or rebelled against Mundus, and he was a very powerful demon. So that's what I really wanted to focus on in terms of a whole prequel. You know, I would definitely like to flesh out that story, you know, or maybe it will end where, you know, we'll see Dante's mother and Virgil's mother getting killed and Virgil getting lost. I know we've seen some of them scenes before, but it would be interesting to revisit some of those, like the battle between Sparta and Mundus, and basically be able to see, you know, a fully fleshed out version of that story. I feel like that could be a really interesting take on a Devil May Cry game. Now, I don't know whether I would want that before Devil May Cry 6, like because this would obviously not be a numbered game. This would be probably like a side story or a spin-off, and maybe they'll have to embellish it a little bit to actually fully flesh out the story, because we've always been told that it's just, you know, Sparta rebelled. He's very powerful, and you know, he was apparently a guy that really liked humans. That's really all we pretty much know about Sparta, and it'll be really interesting to see, you know, him use his actual weapons that he left down to Virgil and Dante, and actually to see his devil form and everything. It'll be an interesting new character, you know, considering we have 3 of that family line now in the current games. It would be interesting to see the one that started it all. It would be interesting to see, you know, different versions of the underworld, and maybe, just maybe. Now, this is actually kind of a crazy, you know, plot where I'm going with this. Now, it would be interesting that now that Dante and Virgil are stuck, it'd be interesting if the prequel actually leads into Sparta being alive. And, you know, I mean, just, DMC is such a wild game. Like, it's a comedy action hack and slash game. It's such an amazing franchise. You just don't know what can happen. Sparta may be alive. He could either save Dante and Virgil from the underworld, or, you know, he could basically, I don't know, he could be their enemy, their main enemy. It'd be interesting to see what his motivations would look like, and him as a character would feel like as, you know, a main character. That would be something that's really interesting to see. Like I said, they'll definitely have to flesh out his backstory, because he doesn't really have enough information on him to really go with the model that they use now. Like, just he was a hero because he saved the human world from getting conquered by Mundus. And I definitely want to see more of his personality, maybe, or his abilities, and his gameplay would probably be something similar to Virgil and Dante, and that would be really interesting to see. With that being said, guys, would you like an idea of a DMC prequel? I feel like it would be pretty good. I feel like it would be interesting, at least. With that being said, guys, feel like subscribe, and I'll see you guys next.